So now we're going to talk about. Now we're going to talk about NXT and NXT UK.
So, man, oh man.
Wow, they had like 5 matches on NXT UK.
Yeah, they did. So it's going to take me a second to get there because, ladies and gentlemen, I have killed a notebook and we'll have to jump to this notebook at some point.
So the first match we have on NXT is Casey Catanzaro and Carter versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. They're so little, like little pocket wrestlers. They're so cute.
Oh, my Lord.
And Dakota Kai should never wrestle in a wrestling ring ever again. Ever again. She is horrible.
Dakota drops Casey right on her fucking face. Right on her face. It was just... You could see Casey hit her face, and you could see her roll out and have to tell the ref that she was okay. And as she's on the side of the ring ropes, she rolled out to the bottom of the floor, and she was there for a good 2 minutes, man. Dropped her right on her face. This girl, Dakota Kai, I don't care where she's been, she is not good. Get her out of there.
She messed up the silly string move. The silly string moves where, you have one wrestler holding the ropes, and the other one comes onto her back and then slingshots back in. She went out and just kept going.
Yeah, this girl is just... Remember earlier when we talked about, there's the good and the bad, and even when they put the good with the bad, you can still get a good match. This is the bad just destroying anything that's good. Man, she is not awesome at all. They really want Casey Catanzaro to be something. You can see it. They're trying to give her spots. They're trying to highlight her athleticism. For those of you who are new to the show, you might not know who Casey Catanzaro is. She is the first woman to climb the warped wall for American Ninja Warrior. She is an incredible athlete. She's an amazing gymnast for what she can do.
And she can't see over the top.
And she's 4 foot negative nothing.
She can't see.
She climbed up the lighting rig and did a dive off of the lighting rig by the announce stand and wiped Raquel and Dakota out. And
wait, because they wanted to do the whole...
Raquel saved this girl's life, okay? Because Dakota could not catch her at all. And did you notice Raquel basically caught that girl like one-handed?
Yeah.
Like she basically stuck her arm out and caught her right in the clasp of her arm. Like you would put a child to sleep. Caught her. Raquel, I wrote... Man, you are so good.
I wrote, Catanzaro is athletic. Dakota is a horrible dance partner. And she just messed up her own finisher.
Yep.
Gonzalez slammed her through the ring. Gonzalez pins Catanzaro 1.5 stars. This...
Oh, are we doing... so 1.5, 1.5. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, we're not doing the Meltzer 2 3/4
no,
stuff.
1.5.
So, yeah, I brought in the half system. I agree. This was 1.5, man. This was slop. So, I think every match, almost every show this week has got a lot of slop.
I think that I think Catanzaro was fine. I think Carter was okay. I think Raquel Gonzalez shined, which I never thought I'd say. But Dakota Kai brought everything down. She can't wrestle.
Absolutely. And she's not, I hate to say it because I said it on a couple weeks ago show. She's not pretty enough to be this untalented, and she's not unique enough to be this untalented. Like you look, it's like...
She looks like every other girl.
Yeah, she looks like her ring outfit looks like every other girl. She comes to the ring in a big jersey, baseball, like a White Sox jersey kind of thing that she has that she peels the baseball jersey off with. She's not unique enough to be this bad. Just having pink hair doesn't make you unique, I
thought it was purple now.
Maybe it's like a lavenderish kind of color, but no, this was a crappy match. Backstage, Tony Storm promo on the three-way with AO versus Mercedes.
Congratulations to Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett is now a U.S. citizen.
Congratulations. To you.
Beth handing him the cookie, and he's like, what? She's like, I baked it myself. Okay, this was the one time the announce team was funny, and a cut to them was good, so yes. Cheers to you, Mr. Wade Bennett. Welcome to America.
It took him almost 11 years.
It takes a long time, It takes a long time. But you know what? I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? And I know this is going to sound oxymoronic when I say it. I don't think there's a truer American than Arnold Schwarzenegger. That man loves the idea of America so much. He is probably the biggest success story of what you could have as an American person coming in, of somebody who literally came from nothing and was told he would be nobody. He was going to be a farmer or a machinist. And he said, no, I'm going to be something else. So Wade Barrett, you coming over here, all you do is make us better.
And he didn't even get to do his voices in his first 3 movies.
Okay, so backstage, Toni Storm flips her hair, and then the wrong way comes out, and Theory can't find the ring.
Okay, so first of all, Dad, when they started the entrance, Dad's like, who the hell is this? Who is this monster? Because they did the whole silhouette thing. It's like, this dude is a monster. He's like Lashley size. And it's Austin Theory.
Now, I will say this. Austin Theory is a bodybuild competitor.
But he's not
Lashley. He's not Lashley big, but yeah, I mean, and I forgot he had a hip-hop song when he came out, which is kind of... It seems weird that all the things I would hate about certain things is things that I like about Austin. I like that he's big, but they present him bigger. I like Austin. That he has, he's got like the douchebag haircut. He's also got, the hip-hop music. The way he kind of presents himself is fine. Except for the fact that they made him look dumb on the way to the backstage where Johnny had to tell him that he was going into the wrong door to find the ring. Mm-hmm. So please get this guy away from Johnny, fucking dude.
Gargano gets laid out and the girls try to help. The good girls attack the ref. And then Ruff pretends to get hit by the...
Well, wait.
I'm jumping way ahead.
Let's reverse for a second because don't forget, Edge is making his NXT debut. And how do they debut Edge? He's shown walking around backstage with Regal. Not he comes out and interrupts or anything like that. Oh my God, Edge is here. This is also how they introduced Edge all week. Was him randomly in a segment before the commercial walking around backstage. Okay. Now, on to the match 2. We have Austin Theory versus Leon Ruff, the guy you forgot about. Ruff and Theory are fine, and basically, I'm not going to cover anything else other than the fact of what Joey just said. The thing goes completely to shit.
The match ended up being 6 minutes long.
So the girls,
for some reason...
how did this sequence happen where they were doing good stuff? They were okay. They were doing good stuff. And then they go outside, and then Gargano's there, and then the girls come down, and then Ember and Shotzi run down, and they get in a fight with the girls, and they literally take the girls away.
And Gargano.
And then the ref kicks Gargano out.
Because Leon Ruff grabs the chair, smacks the ground.
I was going to get to that. So Ruff goes... Oh! And falls on the ground and goes, oh. And the ref goes, you! Get out of here! Instead of, you are DQ'd because your guy hit this guy who's clearly laying on the floor in pain. No. And then what happens is they get back in the ring and Austin Theory wins.
Yeah, I think that Theory won before Gargano even cleared the ramp.
Yeah. He had won before it ever got off.
And then you get the weirdness.
WTF exclamation points. Can you see how big they are multiple times throughout my notebook here? And like literally, WTF exclamation point. Because I was trying to save time.
And then Loomis comes out.
Yeah, now Loomis comes out. WTF. He
rips out some hair.
Rips out Theory's hair and then sniffs it like the crazy Crispin Glover from freaking Charlie's Angels, which was super weird. Like,
it was a 2-star match.
This was... I think I gave this a 1.5 stars as well, too. I don't think there was a single show this week that I gave over 3 stars.
Well, yeah.
This sucked.
Yeah,
Pre-tape, Drug Cartel, Say Lucha House Party, or fuck.
No, you can't.
What else?
Maybe. No, sorry. Maybe it was. Where you have?
I'm right here. Pre-tape, Drug Cartel, Lucha House Party.
See, I don't write all the pre-tapes down.
Okay, so the reason I write all the pre-tapes down is because, damn it, I'm not going to not talk about the fact that...
The next part is the best part of the show.
The
cartoon.
So,
the cartoon is the best part.
I want to weed this for a second. Sean's at the house, and hopefully Sean is watching this right now.
Because he's got a bunch of comments.
Awesome, bud.
It was supposed to be an apple pie, not a cookie.
That's right.
Thanks, Sean.
And he goes, so, did you know the WWE just hired a 2,000-year-old person trained by a dragon? And I look at him and I go, what? And then I pause for half a second. And before he can read, I go, is that the Sith Lord's backstory? And he starts telling me names, and I'm like, and I pull out Karen Kwan from my brain when Joey told me. I was like, oh my God, what? So he sends me a link, and I immediately go, all right, we're going to have to watch NXT. And then I was kind of being lazy and not really wanting to watch NXT at this point in time, so I started to turn on Bianca Belair's back, like her Chronicle, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes, no, turn it to NXT. We have to see this. The wife comes in. Sean informs the wife of what we're about to watch, and she sits down and has to watch this. They waited through all of this to get to what is probably the best thing in the world. So we have this wonderful Kung Fu Panda opening sequence, Mulan style, with the calligraphy swirling of the black paints and everything. And it's 2,000 years ago, this chick and her brother, and the brother was evil, and they had a fight over the kingdom, and she was trained by a dragon, and the dragon taught her about fear, but not to fear, but to use fear, but to conquer and be fearful, and to be the ruler of the kingdom.
And it only cost her her soul.
And it only cost her her soul. And then they do this, and they go back to Wade and Beth. And Beth looks over and goes, are you telling me we're supposed to believe that we've been looking at this for weeks? Who is this person? And you're telling me they are the 2,000-year-old undead whatever? And Wade basically says, I don't care if you want to believe in the mythology, but that person scares me. Wade, you can go back to Britain, okay? You knew better than to say that. This is the thing that I have with that. Other than everything that I just said was the dumbest shit that I possibly could have said, more so than the fact that they murdered a man.
But it was presented so nice.
They set Bray Wyatt on fire.
Will you get over that?
Now, that I'm never going to get over that. But
until he comes back,
as we have talked about, and Sean began to eviscerate me on this of Undertaker, Kane, blah blah blah. Okay, I've seen the Undertaker die and get sent to heaven, and then brought back to life.
Why are we not talking about NXT?
No.
We have a timeline.
I know, but let me get there. This is the problem I had with this. Joseph, did they ever tell you why she's a fucking wrestler?
No, she's about pain and about
she's an
vengeance.
Undead dragon soul inhabited trained 2,000-year-old
and she made Zaya Lee better.
Who is a wrestler?
And she made she's a trainer.
And then they have Mortal Kombat people standing there. Match 3, Lucha House Party versus Drug Cartel. Zombie ref forgot how to ref since he shaved his fucking face off. I do not care. I missed all of this. I wrote down the words flippy shit, didn't care.
I wrote, sorry, I'm not invested in this match. The rope 3-person move. Dad and I exclaimed in unison, oh, the 3-person move. We both like, at the same time. Vic Joseph is touting this as, Vic Joseph said this is been the war of the luchas. And I'm like, did I miss something? This is their first match.
Oh my God, I couldn't care about
this. The Esco Douches win.
Yeah, winner Drug Cartel. Again, I missed so much of this to care because I was just playing with like a kid. But
we review it for you.
Yeah, we reviewed it for you. And okay, promo done. Lachlan and Birch come out. They say screw you, Finn. Finn comes out and says no, screw you. He basically says no. That comes later. Trust me.
I should just trust you because I don't write
That's
everything
fine.
down.
And then basically, Dunn forgot to spray the back part of his head and his ears where his orange.
You're talking about when Pete Dunne came out.
Yeah, so Dunne comes out, and
so Dad looks at me and goes, that man has the charisma of a wet noodle.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne has no charisma.
So Edge comes out now, ? He talks about passion, fire, wrestling. He says Dunne is both the good and the bad of what Edge has. And Edge says, I'm watching TakeOver because you know what I've never had? I've never had that. And he points to Finn's belt. And Edge cut one of the best promos of the year being involved in this by saying, you know what? Maybe being WWE champion is the best thing in the world. Maybe having my name attached to another title that I've never held is great.
So when Edge came out, Dad groaned big time.
Really?
So I looked over at Dad. I go, you don't like him, do you? He goes, he should stay home and raise his children. He gave him the Randy Orton promo.
I like liked it. I thought that promo was
I thought it was good too. The one thing that
MSK cut a weird, stupid promo, by the way, where they basically just sucked all of the energy out of my life.
The best part of... Sorry, I have to go back on you.
Mm-hmm.
The best part of the Edge promo, because I thought the Edge promo was great.
It was. I love the Edge promo.
He goes, I see the bad, the good, and then Pete Dunne just shrugged at him. He goes, you know what? 10 years ago, I would have done that also.
Yeah.
I would have done that also.
Edge was so awesome this week.
The one thing that I've been thinking this, and it just, when I saw the way Finn Balor came into the ring, I miss the snaps on the belt. I hate the Velcro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I'll agree to that. Yeah. Backstage, Johnny says things, I don't care. Shotzi and Ember drug off Candice and I wrote down the word basic bitch. I don't remember who her name is. Then Johnny's going to have a match, and then he
Kushida
drags off the interviewer and the camera crew. Apparently he has the power to do that. We cut to a commercial. We come backstage. Johnny keeps talking. Kushida is in Regal's office. He says Regal's busy right now. They get in a fight. I wrote down, WTF was this about? Kushida kicks Johnny's arm. I bet that comes into play later.
Yes, so Kushida is having a match with Gargano at the pay-per-view for the belt.
But he just kicked Johnny in the arm, and Johnny was grabbing his arm, selling like he was hurt. So I'm guessing Johnny's going to heal it up and say he can't go.
But the problem is, if I win, I lose, and if I lose, I win. I have both those guys in my draft.
You know, so far, I don't think hardly any of my people have crossed each other, have they?
No, but Dad's got people warring. I've got people warring. You don't have anybody warring yet.
Oh, well, don't worry. Well, no, because Bianca eliminated Ripley, and that both won me and broke my heart at the same time.
Now we get Toni Storm versus
Jessie Kamea. Toni flips her hair. Mercedes comes out. The match is completely thrown out for a DQ. WTF. Io comes out now. Doesn't moonsault. The ladies have to get into position. The camera crew has to recut around the fact that the girls weren't in position to catch the moonsault to begin with. I wrote down again, WTF exclamation point. Pre-tape, Cunt Stallion cuts a basic promo and says he's great to be here. It's pretty boring.
I wrote, not Luke and Owen Wilson's brother. He looks like he could be their brother.
Pre-tape, Cameron Grimes is coming back next week.
Yeah!
Cameron Grimes! Yeah, buddy! Match 5. Kurt Stallion versus the drug cartel leader Santos for the belt. Kurt Stallion has never wrestled on NXT, and now he is wrestling for the belt. Okay. I guess they don't have a lot of people. And by the way, the true Cruiserweight 205 champion is stuck in the UK right now. Oh my God. I have so many notes, but I'm going to go fast. Follow along if I miss anything that you think is important for this. Escobar destroys this kid. He no-sells everything that he could possibly do. Also, why does Stallion get a title shot in his first match? Escobar drop kick into a pin. Kind of looked cool. A little bit of it was botched because he basically covered up the fact that they botched the move. Scarlett is watching, and then evil aura in red light is irradiating from around her. She's in a very sexy outfit. Escobar kind of wants to bang her because he keeps like looking up at her and making little kissy moves and stuff like that at her, right? I wrote down, I agree. Escobar doesn't know how to do a submission. He screws that up. Superplex turnbuckle looked really cool where he just snap suplexed Stallion into the turnbuckle. Escobar wins pretty much easy. Scarlett looks on. Karrion comes out, destroys the tag team Dusty Guys with one move each. Lays out one guy, lays out the other guy in the cartel. Gets in there, buries Escobar completely. Smoke Show then teleports from the top staging area where like Undisputed Era and everybody was hanging out down into the ring beside of Karrion. I wrote down WTF. Scarlett in the red outfit though. I then wrote down, I guess they're watching our show because Scarlett was in a red outfit. Did I miss anything that was important in this match other than the fact that for some reason Karrion Kross is fighting Esco-douche?
Yes.
And just destroyed Esco-douche.
So, I wrote, Scarlett looks good in red. She's very sexual with her movement. It's kind of distracting. Esco's just beating this kid up. I don't care. Karrion tells him, you shouldn't have ran you need to take my name out of your mouth. I told you, this was the whole thing. When Escobar did that promo where I'm not hurt, I held my championship more than one. This is not. So Dad looked at me also. He's like, "Are they gonna really give Karrion the belt, the cruiserweight belt?" I'm like, "No, this is 100% angle. This is just teaching him a lesson."
Now, keep in mind,
I'm giving you the gift of time, double sword, run along now, tick-tock.
he cut such an over-scripted promo. It was just really annoying. I liked better when Priest came out behind him and said, "This is how you step like a man."
Right.
5 words, laid him out. He didn't have to cut some big theatrical promo of like, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or lose.
Well, the thing is, that's all he did in Impact. That's what Karrion Kross's character was in Impact.
That's fine that was an Impact, but you know what? There's a reason nobody watched you in Impact. Or there's a reason that the talent agents watched you in Impact and hired you, I guess. Because guess what happens? Backstage, random camera guy runs up to ask Edge a question, and then Karrion runs up on Edge and basically says another over-scripted promo of, "It doesn't matter who gets the belt at TakeOver, I'm having the belt, so if you want this belt, you got to take it off of me."
Yep.
I was okay with that, except for Karrion was in full street clothes. He was just shirtless 2 minutes ago.
And Edge goes, I'll do it.
I know it does not take me long to put a shirt on, but it just looked very weird that all of a sudden he was in the ring and now he's in the parking lot. Match 6, Undisputed Era versus Thatcher and Ciampa. These are my notes. Roddy fucking Strong. 4-star match. Thatcher and Ciampa win. Grizzled Young Vets come out. Tommaso starts a brawl. Did you get the feeling that Thatcher was rubbing off on Tommaso and Tommaso was rubbing off on Thatcher?
Yeah.
I know that this seems weird given the fact that Tommaso's thing was locker room culture has to change. I'm going to be the one to change it. But now he's teaming with Thatcher, who's a heel. So Tommaso was doing some heelish stuff. Mm-hmm. Like he was attacking guys in the ropes and holding moves on a little bit older. And then when Thatcher was going too far, Tommaso was pulling him back. Mm-hmm. But they were both keying off each other very well.
My notes are, Ciampa's not going to do a sunrise with you. That was my notes. Yeah, he's not doing that. I'm surprised that was a 2 count. Okay, I'm surprised again. Ciampa pins Roddy. The match was amazing.
My God, man.
I don't know which one to take. Who are they turning Xavier in for?
You know you want Thatcher. The problem that I have is I looked at my roster. I don't know who to dump to get Ciampa. Other than
I know, same here.
There's one guy that I might dump just because I think he's screwed coming up in the future.
But you have till tonight.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll make my decision by the end of the show if I'm going to do it or not. Okay.
All right.
But yeah, if you get a chance, the best wrestling match that included a commercial was the Dusty Cup semifinal fight for Tommaso Ciampa, Timothy Thatcher versus the Undisputed Era. Like we said, they won. I honestly thought Undisputed would keep it. But
AEW match was good too.
This was such a good match because Roddy Strong showed why he was one of the most decorated and longest reigning champions for Ring of Honor in history. So
Mr. Uncle Dave,
uh-huh,
he ranked 2 of these matches on NXT.
Oh, what did he do?
He ranked the Grand Metalik, Lince Dorado versus Esco Douche Boys.
Of course, he would have picked that match.
And he gave them 1, 2, 3 3/4 stars.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
I don't.
And he gave the main event a solid 4.
Yeah, that was a legit good one.
All right, NXT UK.
I want to go fast, even though I have an entire page of notes for this.
There was 5 matches.
NXT UK really kind of sucked this week, okay? Zaya Brookshide versus Nina Samuels. She looks like she's in her late 40s. I wonder if because of her last name is why Shaw Samuels was not allowed to debut as Saul Samuels, because they're spelled the exact same. This was so slow. It was very sloppy. It was very fake looking. Samuels then cheats to win. She hits her Zaya Brookside in the face with a loaded purse. So
bringing purses to wrestling rings.
Well, her thing is she has some dude pull out their luggage, right? Like this is her big thing. Is she comes out with like luggage stuff around, and basically the whole thing that she has that she's been going after Brookside is Nia Samuels' big thing is that Zaya Brookside should be in the ring. She's not even good enough to carry her luggage, right? So she's been coming out with this luggage stuff. And the end of the match, she got in this weird section where she basically threw a piece of luggage into the ring and had a purse in her hand. And the ref grabbed the luggage bag and turned around to get the luggage bag out. And while Zaya Brookside was leaning out the rope, she hit her in the side of the face with the loaded purse. Zaya gets laid out. She throws the purse back, slides in the ring, 1, 2, 3, right? Mm-hmm. But this match was so slow and so sloppy and so not very good. We talked about Zaya Brookside a couple weeks ago when we saw her. She's the darling for this federation. She's been there since the beginning, from what I understand. She's not very good or convincing. She's a cheerleader.
So tell me about Joseph Connors and John Morrell.
Josh Morrell versus Joseph Connors with Ginny in a new outfit. Both dudes look super generic. And they look like they've been on the COVID diet because they look like guys who are in shape that are kind of out of shape. In fact, I'm pretty certain that Joseph Connors had some like flappy stuff going on right there.
Moves. He had moves.
But this match kind of almost started in the same of the Brookside and Nia Samuels match, where it was kind of slow to start. They were kind of building up to it. I think they were trying to figure out I think they were trying to reintroduce Joseph Connors with this new hair dye, new outfit, new look with Ginny and everything going on with him. And once that match got going, it got a lot better. If this would have been the opener, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. This was a solid 2-star match. Okay. Both guys looked pretty good. Promo, Shaw Samuels tells his life story.
Nobody cares.
Jordan Devlin still has no opponent. That's been the big story for this, is Devlin is trying to get an opponent for his open challenge that is supposed to take place this week, right? Keep that in mind. He has no opponent. 4 or 5 times we cut to the backstage for him trying to get an answer of who his opponent is. By the way, the guy who is the mouthpiece for NXT, he's supposed to be like the matchmaker, owner guy, regal guy. He's not very good. Match 3, Ilya Dragunov versus Tyson T-Bone, okay? I wrote down, hell yeah. Then all of a sudden, Sam Gradwell comes out. This was a 3-star match that got dropped hard because of all the storyline bullshit that started happening. Gradwell started taunting Ilya, saying, "Oh, don't get mad. You got to calm down. You got to calm down. Blah 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 blah." He's counting from the side, right? It's awful. The entire match, he's doing this until finally Ilya just snaps and he grabs a hold of T-Bone and gets him in the same elbow maneuver he starts doing. Starts laying out this guy. They call for the match to be over while T-Bone is even still consciously fighting. They say Ilya Dragunov wins. I don't understand how. Ilya then jumps out of the ring to go after Gradwell. There is no one to stop him, mind you, right? None of the refs are around. The only thing is Gradwell goes over the wall, the big divider wall that they have with the big open area. He runs back, right? And Ilya is swearing at him in Russian, right? And he's kicking the retaining wall. And he goes to go like he's going to jump over the retaining wall, and there's nobody there to stop him. So he has to stop himself with the power of air from jumping the wall to beating the shit out of Sam Gradwell, right? This just so bad. I don't know.
Then we get a short match.
Yeah.
With Joe Coffey and Daniel Jones.
So Danny Jones and Joe Coffey, they try to make Danny at the hands of Coffey. Why? I don't understand. And then they decide that was a terrible idea about halfway through this. And then Joe Coffey beats him. Just fucking destroys this kid.
2 minutes, 50 seconds.
This was a squash match, but it was a 2-star squash match because both guys were working. Their transitions were fine. And Joe Coffey is absolutely amazing. Coffey then cuts a promo on Rampage. He cuts a damn good promo on Rampage, who comes out and says, "This is great." Rampage comes out, gets the mic and goes, "Joe?" And Coffey goes, "Rampage?" It was funny to me. I don't know. You'd have to be there, I guess. It's one of those jokes.
Hey, Jordan Devlin, isn't he the actual Cruiserweight champion?
Jordan Devlin is the actual Cruiserweight champion, and he is so much better than the Drug Cartel.
Escodouche?
Yeah, I'll take Rampage and Joe Coffey soon. Cool. Match 5, Jordan Devlin versus his opponent, who he comes out and cuts a promo and says, "I guess there's nobody gonna be." Boom! Camera shake. What is this? It's Dave Mastiff. Well, Dave Mastiff gets in the ring and he cuts a promo and he says, "Look, we all know you're just keeping that warm until Trent Seven cuts weight. So, I'm not here for your belt, but I'm here for a fight." And Jordan Devlin surprisingly goes, "Okay." And they have, I lied earlier in the show and I apologize. They have a 4-star match. This was a great big guy versus little guy match that made sense. It got slow. It got better. They worked the leg on the big guy, but it started doing good. The big guy would miss a big power move spot and would take him out. Devlin would try and capitalize. Devlin would get laid out with the big power move. They did really good.
We have 4 viewers right now. Thanks, guys.
Hi, all 4 of you guys. We greatly appreciate it.
That's more with that in a long time.
Yes.
Say hi in the comments.
Yeah, say hi. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to everything that we do. Devlin won with a 450.
Okay.
This was cool. Mastiff laid himself out he went to do the big the big roll flip senton thing that he does in the corner to the guy, but he was outside laid up against the barricade. He hits the barricade, but he literally hit it, tore the barricade apart, but the barricade didn't just fall over. It literally slid 15 feet across the arena. Like, it was really cool looking how he did it. And the thing was like, this was the typical big guy, little guy match that you would normally see, right?
But the big guy didn't win.
But the big guy didn't win. But if you want to see what this match looks like in reverse and what is like a legit 5-star match, in my opinion, watch Walter and A-Kid.
Right.
Because they did the reverse of the little guy took it to the big guy, and the big guy had to stop him. Like, this was really, really good. Overall, though, I was not impressed with NXT UK this week. I just feel this was a really off week. And stop overproducing Dragunov because he's theatrical in himself.
Right.
He did not need 8 minutes of this crap behind him.
Ring of Honor, nobody cares, but Tracy Williams beat the world-famous CB in a pure wrestling match. And then Bestia Del Ring, Dragon Lee, Flip Gordon, Roosh went to a no contest with Brody King, Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, and PCO. PCO is still wrestling.
Hi, Joshua. How you doing, my friend? I still hate you, but I love you. I miss your face, brother.
So that concludes NXT UK, NXT. That concludes NXT UK, and Ring of Honor, which we barely talked about. Next, we're going to go to the land of SmackDown.